So retirement income planning is a major concern among upcoming retirees, and now surveys say 46% say they haven't saved enough to completely fund their retirement. My guest is Jim Artman in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jim, thanks for joining us. And let's start out the conversation by talking about how you transition a portfolio into retirement.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's probably one of the biggest factors that challenge people when they go from their working years to their retirement years is taking on unnecessary risk. Kind of time is the biggest factor when it comes to having that. And if you take a downturn in the market or something like that as you're going through, that's going to be a lot more difficult to come back from, especially when you're drawing income.
So one income drawdown method is called the 4% rule. Does that really make sense these days?
I think the 4% rule is a little outdated, unfortunately. So I read an article, I believe it was 2 years ago, and there's a professor out in California that now says that the 4% rule is no longer there, that it's now a 1.98% rule. So if you do the math backwards, a lot of times, kind of pulling from a standard portfolio to give yourself the greatest probability of success, I would say to keep it, certainly under 4, somewhere in the 2 to 3% range max.
Now, I think based on these studies that more and more people will be relying on their Social Security for a major part of their retirement income. How do you know when to claim benefits?
I think that's an individual situation. I think a lot of it depends upon health in your own situation and what type of income you do have coming in during retirement. So it's a different thing for everybody. I advise kind of one-on-one individually. I'm also generally a proponent, though, of the earlier you can take it, the better, without impacting yourself from a tax perspective.
And we've talked about this before, but CDs and bonds really aren't keeping up with inflation right now. Talk about what you suggest as an alternative.
In today's world, it is obviously changing from what it was in the past. Prior generations mostly had pensions and that sort of stuff that they fell back on. Now most of people are coming out with 401ks and having assets and trying to draw off of those assets forever. So in our practice, we do use a lot of fixed indexed annuities when it comes to that sort of thing, just because of the types of products that are out there nowadays. They have riders and all sorts of stuff to guarantee an income for life to make it more like it used to be for folks.
That's Jim Artman in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching Retirement News Online.